Do you want to know why narcissists really don't like holidays and make everyone miserable on them? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I have been recognized as one of the top attorneys in the country by venerated organizations such as U.S. News, Legal Elite, and more. And I have written 2 best-selling books, which are Negotiate Like You Matter and Breaking Free, a Step-by-Step Divorce Guide. And I've helped millions of people, just like you, who are stuck with narcissists in either a business relationship, a romantic relationship, or family relationship, or whatever it is, and I've given them the tools, the resources, the access that they needed to get out of these relationships, step-by-step guidance. And that's what I do for you, and if that sounds good, just hit that little subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and that way you'll get notified when I upload new content or go live or do special events. So I personally have had to deal with holidays and narcissists on a couple of levels. One is as a lawyer, and I have practiced divorce law for a very long time in high net worth cases, high conflict, divorce litigation cases. And so I've seen how narcissists act around the holidays there. And I've also had to deal with them in my personal life. One of the narcissists that I actually had to deal with who had targeted me and victimized me is a member of my extended family, unfortunately. And so I've had to deal with it there as well. So I've seen it firsthand in a couple of different ways. And it's so kind of curious, right? Like, why do they want to ruin a special day, a day that's a happy day, a wonderful occasion, whether it's, you know, a special holiday like Christmas or Hanukkah, or something like a birthday or some other special occasion, a wedding, something like that. That's when they always seem to flare up. They're like a bad rash, like, ugh, there it is, back again, or this cancer, right, that you just can't seem to get rid of. And you think that maybe it's in remission, or maybe it's dormant, or maybe it went away for a little bit, but then boom, there you are, holiday, beautiful day, turkey coming out of the oven, or whatever it is, and there they are, being their narky, jackassy selves. And you think, why? Why do you have to ruin a perfectly good day? A day of happiness, a day of joy, connectedness, togetherness, peace, love, all those good things. And then there they are. So why do they do that? Well, a number of reasons. One is because they don't like attention being taken away from them. I mean, that's just like the most simplest thing, right? Narcissists need to have an endless amount of supply source coming their way, and they don't like having to share that supply. They don't want anybody else to be thinking about other things other than them. And so here we are, here's a day where maybe the focus isn't that. Maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's Christmas, maybe it's whatever. And it's about somebody else that day. And so either everyone's attention is going to be on this other person or this other occasion, but most importantly, what they really don't want is you, main source of supply, to be thinking about this other stuff. Because you, main source of supply, should be focused right on them and doing everything that they want you to do, and making sure that their ego is taken care of. So remember that supply is anything that feeds a narcissist's ego. So it can be attention, and it can be respect or whatever, but it can also be devaluing and creating havoc and making you squirm and making your life miserable and intimidating you and all of those wonderful things. They're just they're so charming, aren't they? So anyway, when you're taking your attention away from them, they feel devalued. They get enraged. They get angry. They don't want to see any of their source of supply going any other direction other than them. And so it can become a problem if there's a day that's devoted to something else or someone else. The next reason that narcissists really don't like holidays and tend to ruin them is because they hate the obligation of having to take care of somebody other than themselves. So if it's an occasion where, you know, it's maybe your birthday or Christmas or something like that, and they're going to have to now get you a gift or go buy you something and have to do something for you, they really resent that. They hate the fact that they have to do something for someone else. They feel like it's almost like this obligation that's been placed upon them, and they have serious contempt and resentment for having to do that. I know of somebody who, you know, their marriage was kind of close to the end, and one of the things that the wife really, really wanted to prove to him, to have him prove to her that, you know, he really did still want to be in the marriage and all of that, was to do something special for her birthday. And when the day came around, he made a dinner reservation, but he didn't make it for the right number of people. He didn't make it at the right place. He just did it at the last second. It was, he got her a birthday gift at the last second. It was something that he got on sale, and something with no thought, something he'd already given her before. And if you want to know more about how narcissists are as far as gift giving, check out my video on red flags you're in a relationship with a narcissist by looking at their gifts. And so one of the things that they do is they put the bare minimum in. You know, it's like, okay, I know I can't not at least make the dinner reservation for the birthday, so I'm gonna at least do that, but that's the bare minimum. That's all I'm gonna have to do, because I hate the fact that I even have to do that. And so they'll do the bare minimum because they don't want everybody else to see that they didn't do anything. And so, you know, it ends up kind of ruining that day for you. It ruins that holiday. It ruins the feeling. Another thing that I've seen them do as far as ruining holidays is say that a gift has been ordered or something like that, because they show up with nothing, and then you find out down the road that they didn't even order the gift until like after the occasion, or maybe it was the morning of or something like that, and they show up and they say, oh, it didn't show up on time, or something like that. And that's a way of actually you know, creating havoc and upsetting you and that sort of thing. And if you think it's time to cancel them out of your life and enjoy your holidays, just give me a "so canceled" in the comments. So, and another reason that narcissists ruin holidays is because any supply is good supply. And so by getting your attention, by upsetting you, you're now no longer dealing with what's going on over there. Your attention has been diverted back to them. Pay attention to them. And so even if it's to pick a fight with you, even if it's to say, you know, what you're wearing makes you look fat, or are you going to wear that dress, or, you know, whatever it is, you were terrible at grilling the food, or, you know, whatever it is that is something that they're picking a fight about, they often do that because they want your attention. They want you to be upset. I know somebody whose husband, every time there would be an occasion, he would get super drunk and embarrass her and embarrass everybody. But then guess what? He got all the attention that he wanted, didn't he? And so, and everybody's talking about how terrible he was, and everybody's attention was now diverted toward him, because, you know, it's so sad and it's really, really pathetic. But, you know, you will see narcissists doing whatever they need to get the attention, aka the supply, that they need to get. And, you know, as a divorce attorney, I've seen people a lot of times, you know, they just get through the holidays and then there's a big surge in filings in January. And I've often heard that January is divorce month, and there's a number of reasons for that. But I think a lot of times it's because narcissists were acting up during the holidays, and you just think, that's enough. I don't want to have to do this anymore. New year, new life. I'm not going to do this. And I'm going to create my new world, and I'm taking this energy out of my space. And, you know, so I have a feeling that this January, just like every January, there'll be another surge in divorce filings. And probably a lot of it comes back to exactly this reason, which is, you know, narcissists ruined holidays. And, you know, there's 1 in 10 narcissists in the world. And a lot of those people are married to people. So I have a feeling that you know, we're going to see this. So if you are dealing with a narcissist over the holidays and you are seeing this kind of behavior, or you're expecting it because you've seen it before, just remember to not expect them to be anything other than who they are. They are broken people. There's something inherently wrong with them inside, and you know, you're not going to fix that. And by engaging with it, it's not going to make it any better. And scolding them won't make them any better. And shaming them won't make them any better. You know, all of those things that you feel like doing, smacking them down, telling them off, crying, all of whatever it is that you can think of won't make it any better. The only thing that will make it any better is not to engage with it and just expect them to do whatever it is that they're going to do. And almost like a 2-year-old when they have a tantrum on the floor over in the corner, you just let them go have their tantrum and you continue on and drink your coffee or whatever it is that you're doing. And so when they start taking the bait, you know, baiting you, giving you a reason to be upset, then just say, okay, I see what you're doing. You're trying to ruin the holiday. I'm not going to let you do it. You don't even have to say that out loud. You can just say, you know, whatever you need to say that's just as innocuous and non-engaging as possible, because then you don't give them that supply. And if they're not going to get it from you, then they're going to have to go slither away and get it from somebody else, which is fine, but then at least it's not from you, right? So if you are dealing with a narcissist during the holidays, don't take heart. Don't worry about it. I promise you that you are not the only one. And if you really want to make sure that you're not the only one, come join me in my free private Facebook group, which is Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. You'll see that there's lots of people who are dealing with exactly what you're dealing with there too. And if you're getting ready to negotiate with one, grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet. You can get that at winmynegotiation.com. Just go to winmynegotiation.com and it's all yours. Relief is on the way. Breaking free is just around the corner. So if you like this video, give it a like, share it, drop me a comment, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm Rebecca Zung. So glad you stopped by today. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're part of this community, because we together are empowering each other, supporting each other, linking arms, and giving you the step-by-step guidance that you need to finally get the equitable result you want and break free, to start over so that you can create your new beginning and your new future. So if that sounds good to you, I'm so glad that you're here, and stay with us and use our resources and be a part of our community so that you can get the support that you need. So thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Rebecca Zung. Remember, today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. I'll see you in the next video.